Now we come to our final guest, who is Deb Leigh from the Glen Waverley Uniting Church. Deb was led to start the Choir of Hope in 2019, and it has brought a small group of women together who were in need of restoring hope in their lives and to address isolation. Deb Leigh has been involved in singing and music from a young age. Her conducting experience was through another church choir, which began in 1986. So she's been conducting for a very long time, and which continues today. Deb believes music to be powerful in bringing people together, allowing expression of emotion, faith, and hope. Deb is an occupational therapist and osteopath, and outside private practice, she teaches at RMIT. Deb will tell us a little bit about her choir, and then we will watch a recording which has been made of the Uniting Church in Glen Waverley earlier this year, when they could be face-to-face and sing together. Thank you, Deb.
Lovely. Thank you, Mira. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We were originally asked to come and sing at this event when it was going to be a live event, and the girls were very excited to come and join in this interfaith gathering. Unfortunately, due to lockdown, of course, we're on this forum. So tonight you will see a video clip of the ladies. It's actually a video clip of when we sang at the Uniting Church a couple of years ago. The choir formed a couple of years ago. I was one of the reasons the choir formed was that I was being part of this Uniting Church, which is a beautiful church in Glen Waverley. The Uniting Church being, just to give you a little bit of history if you don't know, a unification of the Presbyterian, Methodist and Congregational churches in the 70s. In 1977, they unified and became the Uniting Church. And my family's been part of that church for a long time. And it was during one of the services that I was sitting in where the Reverend Neil Peters, who's the minister at the church currently, was inviting people to participate and step up into doing more community projects. And I felt at that time that God spoke to me and said, I send you to start a new choir. I'm being very aware of the prevalence and the difficulties that women are facing in the society at the moment, particularly with isolation and with issues around domestic violence. And we've certainly touched on a little bit of that tonight. So I felt led to start a new choir of women who particularly have felt social isolation and who may have been victims of family violence or domestic abuse. So it started a few years ago, and it's a delightful group of women, and you will see in a video clip shortly some images of and a song that the girls sang at the Glen Waverley Uniting Church. But just to give you a little bit of background, the women that have been invited, and I invite all women who would like to come and join a choir to contact me. We're always open to new members. It's a beautiful group of women who love to get together in a very safe space, who come to enjoy community, enjoy the company of other women, some of who have been from backgrounds of domestic violence or isolation or grief. And we come together and we have a sing, we have heaps of fun together. I love to sing. Singing brings such joy. And it's not just me that thinks so, that scientific research shows how singing can improve your mood, it can lower your stress levels, it improves your feeling of self-worth and improves breath control. My background in learning and being involved in music from a young age has given me many opportunities to sing and play instruments and be involved in choirs and orchestras and all varieties of musical groups. And I feel that music is such a gift and I treasure it very much. It's not one that I take for granted at all, particularly now that my own girls at home are learning musical instruments. I think what a gift it was for my parents to give me that opportunity too, and what a sacrifice it is sometimes listening to someone who's learning an instrument. But really, coming together and creating music together can be a very healing and nurturing environment that can allow people to grow and grow in confidence where their confidence may have been destroyed in the past through various circumstances. So that's just by way of introducing the clip that is about to come. The ladies that you will see in the clip are not from a musical background at all. Some of them are very hesitant to come because they have no experience in singing, and nor necessarily a Christian background either, which is the background that I'm from and that the church that we rehearse in. However, they've trusted and they've come together and have really enjoyed some very therapeutic and nurturing times together. And I will hand over to Phil now, who will give you this video clip, which is us at the church. We will sing a song, but one of the members of the choir, Lisa, gives a little bit of a personal insight as to how the choir has been for her as a participant. So thank you, Phil.
Morning, church. It's lovely to see you all here today. It's lovely to see some visitors, and it's fabulous to have the Choir of Hope with us this morning. Could you all turn to the person next to you and say, "You are amazing"?
You are amazing.
And you are amazing for many reasons. One of them is that you are a church that have supported and embraced this beautiful choir who come on a Friday morning to rehearse and do many things other than just music. And I'd like to introduce you to Lisa, who's one of our choir members, who'd just like to say a couple of things about what the Choir of Hope is for her.
Thank you, Deb. First, I'd like to say on behalf of the Choir of Hope, thank you so much for welcoming us here this morning. Thank you that we can be part of all of this, and thank you that we get to practice in your church every Friday. It's a lovely, lovely space here, and it's just beautiful. There's so many beautiful people, so thank you for that. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Choir of Hope. So I joined in May, I think about May, and I came because of my beautiful friend Claire, who is also in the choir. And so Claire and I, well, everyone in the Choir of Hope it's a choir for women who just need a space to grow again, I guess you could say. And so Claire told me about this choir. And it sounded amazing, and I was in this place that was quite difficult at the time, and I came along, and at first it was really hard I felt I was in a place where I felt very unworthy and where I didn't belong, and so it was really hard at first to try and overcome all of that. And then as time went on, things changed, and that's due to. So I really look forward to it every Friday. It was one of the highlights of my week, and that was due to these beautiful women who are sitting here in front of me, who are just the most amazing women, and all with beautiful stories to tell, and we just have so much we share on a Friday. And the other reason it's amazing is because of this amazing woman. Deb is just the most beautiful person. And every time you come in on a Friday, she has this smile, she has this gentle spirit, she has these arms which are open wide and give you a huge hug, just holds you when you need holding. And she has the hugest heart that it's just amazing what Deb does for us. And I was thinking this morning about this, and I was thinking she's kind of like a mother hen, and we're all her little chicks, and we go off during the week and we do our things, and then each Friday we come in and she just welcomes us and she gathers us in and she tucks us in under her wings, and she has this space that she gives us which is warm and loving and kind and understanding and safe and secure, and it's just the most amazing space that I have just, I don't know, from my own perspective, I've grown so much from being in this space with Deb and all these beautiful women. And now the choir has literally given me my voice back. So not only in singing, but just in my own life, I have a voice now, and I can stand tall and I can feel proud, and I know that I'm worthy, and I know that I'm loved, and I know that I belong. And it's just the most amazing thing, and I love Deb so much, and I love all these lovely women so much, and it's just, I can't say enough about how much this choir means to me, and it really is the choir of hope. So, and I should also say too, this is our very first performance when we're going to sing for you this morning, our very first performance, and it's really special that we get to do our first performance for all of you, because you're the ones who've welcomed us here and given us such a wonderful place to be. So thank you so much.
Every person is special. Every person is created to love, to be loved, and to be a valuable part of their community. The Choir of Hope is an amazing group of women who've had the courage to choose to have hope in the midst of their circumstances. And they chose to take action by arriving on the doorstep of Glen Waverley Uniting Church, and they come every Friday morning and they step into the unknown. It's a choir, it's a newly formed choir, and they don't have any singing background. They came alone, most of them, but with hope that things can get better than they were. The choir is more than the sum of its parts. They're individual women who've had feelings of isolation, of grief, of fear, some who've suffered abuse, and some who have supported women in those difficult circumstances. But it's become a choir with many voices joining together to speak out, to speak up, to sing in harmony, and to sing together and enjoy the myriad benefits of having music in your soul. More than being about musicianship, the choir is about relationships. Friendships, building each other up, encourage each person to find their own voice. In the midst of our brokenness, it's not uncommon to hear a cry of, "Where's God in all of this? I can't hear his voice." If you have ears to listen, you will hear the voice of God right here.